Hey, I am back and I am going to do this time an unboxing that I've unboxed already, because the last time I did an unboxing was the unboxing and first impressions of the La Nuit de l'Homme, which I've never owned before. That was my first bottle ever. Little update on that one. I can't stop wearing it. It is so good. I find myself reaching for it quite often, and the other day I started off the day with YSL's L'Homme and then ended the day with La Nuit de l'Homme, and it just worked fine. And I just thought that, wow, you know what, for where has that been all my life, number one, and number two, why did I hesitate so long before actually pulling the trigger and buying that one? Yes. Well, another one that's been sort of on my list for a long time was Fahrenheit by Dior and the Le Parfum. I've always been intrigued by that. I've gotten closer and closer to it, but it's really hard to find here. There's not many places that I can go to test it out, and I didn't want to spend the big bucks on it because there's really hardly any discounts on the Dior Parfums. So I was forced to go into the department stores. They still didn't have it, so I had to go to the Dior, the boutique that they sell their privé fragrances and those kinds of things. And they had, I think, 2 bottles left. So I grabbed one. After sampling it, it was great. So the reason why I've already unboxed it is because I've been wearing it for the last maybe 4 days. It's been appropriate weather for it as well. So I've been wearing it, and and I've been wearing it because last time I did the first impressions, I did say something that sort of took me aback a little bit, in that first impressions aren't that impressive for fragrances that I'm opening up and unboxing for the first time. And that I always boil it down to that the air has not been introduced into the bottle as yet. It hasn't had time to develop and mature. And as fragrances get older, they tend to really show their full character. And then they get to a certain age where, depending on how well you've stored it, the top notes, which are probably the most volatile of all the chemicals that are in the bottle, have probably dissipated or even sometimes turned. I've got an old bottle of YSL's Opium, the original from 1977. I have a 1984 bottle of that, and the top notes have started to sour. I've kept it in very good condition, but you can still tell there's something funky starting to happen at the beginning, but disappears after about 5 minutes and then becomes the most wonderful and opulent fragrance known to man. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to do this unboxing that's already been unboxed. A bit weird, isn't it? I'm going to give you a quick look at the box, which again is really not that special. It's it doubles as a musical instrument for kids who want to annoy their parents. Let me take it out of the box and turn it upside down. You can see I've kind of used up a bit of that juice already. It is a 75 ml. I don't know what that is in fluid ounces because I don't speak 1800s-ish. Here it is, Dior's Fahrenheit. I'm a fan of the bottles, and it's fantastic. It's got this icy violet. I do like violet, and I think that a lot of people get violet wrong. I reckon this goes really good in hot weather, especially on my skin. Violet comes off really nice on my skin in the summertime. Big fan of Gucci Pour Homme 2 as well, which also has a violet note in it, and in the summertime, fantastic, just absolutely fantastic. Dior Fahrenheit le Parfum. Don't get it confused with the actual Dior Fahrenheit, which I've got a couple of bottles of here, which I wasn't a fan of until very recently. This is a very tiny bottle. It's a 10 ml bottle. This one's from 2006. This one's from 2006. And this one has a funny lid because I made this lid from a different bottle of fragrance that I have. I made it. It works just fine. It holds onto the bottle just fine because I've lost the lid for this one. And this is an original formulation, Dior Fahrenheit. It's a 50ml bottle. I haven't used very much of it because I was never old enough for it, I don't think. Back when this came out, this bottle is from 1994. So it is original formulation. This fragrance was originally released in 1988, and it certainly doesn't smell like it was released in 1988. And this has had time to mature. So in terms of fragrance, this and this are exactly the same. This is the second formulation. However, it's a bit weaker and doesn't project as well. This thing is an absolute monster, and every time I spray it on, I feel like someone's gonna think that I've been having an affair with my mechanic. That's what this smells like, because it's really, and I'm a petrol head as well, so it does appeal to me that it smells like gasoline. So yeah, I really do enjoy this one. Just recently anyway. This one is Dior Fahrenheit Absolute. I'm crying tears because it's discontinued. You can't get this anymore, so I had to buy a sample to check it out. It is an Eau de Toilette Intense, and I've got some on my wrist from before I sprayed it, and it is just so gorgeous. It is, again, nothing like the original. This is also not very similar to the original. It doesn't have that petrol vibe that the other original ones have. I don't have Fahrenheit. There's Fahrenheit Cologne, there's Fahrenheit Aqua, so there's Fahrenheit 32 as well. It's been quite a few flankers, and I think the best of the flankers is Fahrenheit Absolute so far, and a close second is Fahrenheit le Parfum. That is if you do not like the original formulation of Fahrenheit. If you do like the original formulation of Fahrenheit, which I do, there is no replacing this, or there is no making this better by way of a flanker, because it just is what it is. And there's a reason why that it's been going for 32 years now with pretty much not that many changes. It's been reformulated quite a few times. I think, when was it? I think it was mid 2016, 2017. I can't remember when it was, when I did sample it again, and the petrol vibe had pretty much dissipated. But I think what I'm reading is recent batches, it's come back. So again, just unique. Just really unique. I don't smell this on people very often. Not that you can so far this year, because everyone's wearing a mask, and so you need something that's really to get through the mask if you really want to do that. But again, for yourself to enjoy, if you do like the smell of that petroleum, it's so divisive. People love it or hate it, but that's people, and that's their olfactory sense perception and what they actually attribute to a scent like this. For me, this is quite invigorating. It's also quite sort of comforting at the same time. Just reminds me of the days when I had time to actually work on cars and talk about cars with friends and things like that, but that's all in the past a little bit these days. But currently I'm enjoying this one, which is quite nice. And the one thing that Dior does really well is atomizers. And I'm tested on Dior Homme Intense and Dior Homme Parfum and Eau Sauvage Parfum. Those have really great atomizers. This one, however, is a bit sucky. It's a bit sucky because, I'll show you. Okay, nothing over here. All right, hey, check this. It's okay. It's good distribution. It's not too wide because I don't like them too wide. This one's a bit old school. It is wide and it's very misty. This one gets to the point, and there is no petroleum here. The violet is more floral. It's more reminiscent of the Gucci Pour Homme 2 violet, but again, there are other violet scents like Mercedes-Benz Intense, I think it's called, which I also have. and it's a close cousin, I would say, to the original Fahrenheit. It does have that slightly sort of petroleum vibe, but it's not full bore petrol like this. It's more floral as well. This is heaps more floral. The violet is icy, and what I mean by that is it feels cool. So when you smell violet and then you put some violet in the freezer maybe and pull it out of there and then crush it and then mix it with some soda water. Yes, and then when that dies down, you get this really cool vanillic sort of boozy vibe from it as well, which again is enormously good. Kind of like almost like a very strong fruity olive oil vibe underneath it. I don't mean olive oil, but I mean like the real sort of flavorful aspect of olive oil. If you've ever had really fruity, really dense and first cold pressed olive oil, I'm ranting now, really ranting. So yeah, that's Fahrenheit, or Fahrenheit's. I've hit the heights of Fahrenheit's, I think, by grabbing the Le Parfum here and the original formulation, which I enjoy dearly as well. So thanks for watching, and thanks for watching the update. And if you want to see some more unboxings, watch someone else, because I won't be doing first impressions anymore. I think I give up on first impressions. This is going to be my like 5th impression. So I might do like a pre-unboxing, a not unboxing. So it's still unboxing. I'm taking it out of the box. It's unboxing. An unboxing and 5th impressions. So stay tuned for some more of those. Cheers.